welcome back to my channel. Thank you again for passing through. Hopefully you're here to stay for the entire video. So today I was thinking, one of the things that I wish I knew before having a child is how much it could possibly slow me down. And I say possibly because everyone's situation is different. So for me, because of the circumstances that I'm in, it definitely did slow me down. So in terms of career, I just wasn't able to progress in things as fast as I would have wanted to. For one, it didn't help that I didn't really know the end goal of what I wanted to do. But for two, I always felt it was a big priority for me to be a present, active parent in my son's life. Looking back on when I was growing up, both of my parents had to work a lot. They're both originally from Ghana, and everyone knows with African parents, or any immigrants actually, when they come over to another country, they work their asses off to get and do everything that they can in this country. So because they did work so much, there were certain things that I went through that now looking back, I just think if my parents were more present and they were there after when I came back from school, or they just had more time to talk with me and be really, really present in my life, then I may have not gone through certain things. So I really wanted to make an effort when I had a child to make sure I was always there for them. I wanted to be at home when they got back from school. I wanted to see how they were doing emotionally. I wanted to know their friends. I just really wanted to have a really close bond with them so they wouldn't have to go through certain things. So yeah, even though it could slow you down, especially if you're like me, where you know that being a parent is also a job and you want to do that to the best of your abilities, and that may mean not being able to work as much. So yeah, if you're in that position, even if it's slowing you down, do not fret, do not worry. Whatever you're meant to do is going to happen at the right time. It just is. You're going to find where you're meant to be. You're going to find that tribe. You're going to find that lane that you're meant to be driving on. It will happen. And if things have to take a little bit more time, that's okay. Like, I remind myself all the time, okay, I'm not at the top of my career. I'm not in a job where I can travel all the time. I'm not making thousands and thousands of pounds yet. But I'm able to be here for my son, and that's what's most important. No matter how much money I have, he needs me in his life. I want him to be able to look back when he's older and be like, yeah, my mum was really there for me. She made sure she done certain jobs so she could pick me up at school. She made sure she done certain jobs so she can come and see every play and performance that I had. She made sure that she was there and present in my life, so I felt like there was someone around that loved me. Like, I'm hoping by me taking a step back from my career, that's what I'm putting into my child's life. And at the end of the day, for me, that is most important. For other people, you may want to get certain places in your career so you can provide other things for your child, which I totally get. And especially if you have the support, go for it. But I don't have a whole bag of people that can watch my child. I don't have loads of friends that are around that can have him in the evening so I can work different shifts and I can do this and that job. No, I don't have that. And on top of that, I don't want the stress on me, to be quite honest. I've had different jobs in the past, and a lot of the time it has been really stressful. I've been let down with childcare. I've had to basically beg people to help me with childcare and to look after my child. I've had people look after my son, and I know full well they don't want to do it, and it's a horrible thing to go through. And I'm happier now that even though I'm not earning as much, that at least I know that I'm doing the right thing as a mother, and for me that's really important. Yes, I want to grow career rise. I want to grow career wise, but at the same time I want to do all that I can do to be a present parent, because that's what's most important for me. So for any of you women or men out there that are just feeling like you're not at the top of your game yet, that is fine. Be happy with where you are right now. Be grateful that you can be there for your child. Be thankful that you can pick them up from school. Have a smile on your face that you're able to put them to bed at night. If I had worked the way that I wanted to, I basically would have spent an hour with my son from Monday to Friday, because one of the jobs when he was younger that I wanted to do, I would have started at 9, which meant I would have had to put him in breakfast club, or have a babysitter come to the house in the morning and take him to school, and then I would have finished work at 6. And the location of where this job is, I wouldn't have gotten home till 7:30. At those times, my son used to go to bed at 7 p.m. So I would have got back at 7:30. My son would have been in bed, hopefully still awake. I'd be able to maybe sit with him, have a little chat with him, or I'd probably be too tired from all the work that I've been doing to even want to spend that extra time with him. And I didn't want to do that. I don't want to sacrifice that bonding and that time to see my son grow into the amazing boy that he's becoming just because I want to work and have a certain amount of money in the bank. The more that I would have been earning, the more that I would have been paying out, the more that I would have been paying for childcare, the more stressed I would have been, the less time I would have had for myself. Yes, I would have had more money in my bank, but what else would I have been lacking from? So just look at your situation and make it work for you. No matter what you want to do or where you want to be in life, you can get there. There is nothing stopping you. The only thing is you just have to take your time to get there. Even if you're going back to uni, yes, you can go back to uni, but maybe you can't do a full-time course. Maybe you have to do it part-time. And instead of you finishing in 3 years, you're going to finish in 5 years. So what? It's better to take that time so you're less stressed, so you can really be a present parent for your child. I think that is so important, especially in the day and age that we live in now. As parents, we need to have a special bond with our children because there is so much going on online, there's so much going on outside that we won't have a clue about just because of our age and because we're not into that stuff. So if you don't have that bond with your child, they won't even want to talk to you about certain things. My son can see certain things on the internet and feel close enough to me that he can come to me and be like, "Mummy, I saw this, this and this happen. What does that mean?" That's the kind of relationship that I've always wanted, and I think that is so important. Yes, money is important. Yes, becoming the best that you can be and growing in your career is important, but it's also important for you to be there for your child in all the ways that they need, not just financially, but emotionally as well. And for you to be emotionally present and aware, you need to be relaxed. You need to have a certain peace within yourself. You need to be in a good mindset as well, so you can be there to listen and really engage with your child. So do not worry if right now you're not working. Do not worry if right now you're not studying. There's still something that you can do. So instead of worrying about all the things that you can't do right now, focus on all the small things that you can do. There are so many online courses that you can do. You can study people on YouTube if you wanted to. You can still order books. You can go to the library. I don't know if the libraries are open yet, but if you're seeing this in the future, you can go to the library and get a book and read. There's still things that you can do now. Stop beating yourself up over things that you can't control. Be grateful that you can be a present parent and still find ways to make yourself grow. So yes, I wish I knew that having a child would slow me down, but it's okay, because with that, I knew that coming with it would be the benefit that I'm going to be able to be a much more present parent for my child. So for all of you lot worrying about all the things you cannot do, stop worrying. Focus on what you can do right now and how you can be a better parent as well. There's always things that we can learn. There's new knowledge out there. Get active, be present, be mindful of what you're doing, and think about as well, what kind of relationship do you want with your child as they're getting older? Their personalities are always going to change. Their friendship groups are going to change. The things that they're into is going to change. But what do you want that development between you and your child to be like? Do you want to have that kind of relationship where your child absolutely hates you? Or do you want a relationship with your child that they trust you and they know that they can come to you and you're going to listen and give them advice? So stop worrying about what you can't do and focus on what you can do. And for anyone who hasn't had a child yet, take this into consideration, that your child is going to be that number one priority. There are some parents that do not mind having somebody else raise their child. I'm not one of those people. I need to be the one raising my child, or what's the point of me having them? So yeah, take that into consideration, that when you do have a child, you are going to be restricted unless you have a lot of support and you have the money and the finances to pay for outside help, you are going to be restricted. So think before having your baby. But I hope this has been food for thought for somebody, and hopefully it's made somebody just worry that little bit less about where they're going in life and be thankful that they can be there for their child. This society bombards us so much with all the work that we should be doing. We should be earning this much, we should have this many businesses, but it forgets to remind us and what an important job it is to be a good parent. And if that's all that you focus on, that is absolutely fine. So I hope this has helped somebody, and hopefully you'll be back again for my next video. Bye.